Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is Pork and Beans. Today we're making a classic comfort food dish, pork and beans, which has a little more in it than what's actually in the name and some aromatics. So it's really important that you use quality products. Let's start with the beans. These are heirloom grown Rancho Gordo Lima Beans. Now you can see how they start, but after an overnight rest, you can see how much of that liquid they've absorbed and they kind of get bigger. But of course, they still need to be cooked. They're not soft yet. So we're gonna braise all of this stuff together, the pork and the beans. Now the flavor base for what we're using to braise both our pork and our beans is Mirepoix, which means 2 parts onion, 1 part carrot, and 1 part celery. These are all getting broken down to roughly the same size, but in the end, after this long braise, it's all just going to kind of become one with the pork and beans. Celery, while I appreciate its flavor, the texture can be a bit alarming. It's gonna break down quite a bit, but I generally break it down a little bit finer than the carrots and the onions, but that's just my preference. So additional aromatics here, we've got a few cloves of garlic. Those are just gonna get crushed and peeled. And then we've got our thyme. So I like to grab a good grip of thyme and kind of ball it up, and then we'll tie this with some twine so we can just pull it out after it's done. So we'll just kind of wrap it around here. So now we're gonna get all of that great thyme aroma in there, but we'll be able to pull the stems out at the end, even if those leaves fall off, which they will, and that's good. The pork we're using today is a Boston butt. This comes from the pork shoulder. We're just gonna cut off slabs and then dice them into cubes, and we wanna get about 2 pounds. And I love this cut for this recipe, obviously because kind of a barbecue guy, and pork butt is a regular in the barbecue world, but especially because it's got really great fat in it. So we may not use all of this fat. We'll kind of try to make a nice clean balance of it, all the fat and the meat. Right here is the money muscle, some of the best eaten on the whole shoulder. We'll cut these into relatively large cubes so they can kind of braise down. Typically takes about 2 hours once you've soaked your beans to get them nice and tender. And in that same amount of time, a cube of this size is gonna break down and just kind of shred apart. Got the Yoder YS640s pellet grill. It's running at 500 degrees. Direct grilling, so we've got the door out and the Lodge Dutch oven in place. The first thing we want to do is sear off this pork. So we're just going to create a little crust, create a little fond on the bottom of the pan, and then we'll start adding our veggies. Got a little bit of crust formed on the pork now, but more importantly, we've got a lot of that fat rendered out already, which we can use to cook our mirepoix. So we'll add the onions, the carrots, and the celery. And then since we didn't dice this garlic down, we can go ahead and just throw that in now. So we're gonna start to soften these veggies. I might as well go ahead and add some seasoning. I've got the Cattleman's Grill Roadhouse. This is kind of a brisket rub with a Southwest twist. We're gonna add 6 tablespoons. Salt's gonna start to draw out the moisture in the veggies, and that's gonna help us get all the fond off the bottom of the pan. At this point, we're gonna turn the grill down to 425 for the braising process. Getting those veggies softened up, let's go ahead and add our beans and our braising liquid. So before we hit the beans, we're gonna throw in a bay leaf and that bundle of thyme, and I'm gonna pour the beans in with their soaking liquid. So again, these soaked overnight. There's lots of good bean flavor and starch inside of that soaking liquid, so we're just gonna cook it down in that liquid. And these will take about 2 hours to soften up and to break down that pork. So we're just gonna keep an eye on the liquid level, and then you can go for whatever consistency you want, but we may be adding some chicken stock here in a bit. Here's about an hour into the process now. Things are working. Beans are not nearly there yet, although they're starting to get there. Now we haven't had to add any extra liquid, and I don't want you to worry about quantities on that. Typically, I'm just gonna cover those beans when they're room temperature with a couple inches of water. And then I'm gonna use that liquid to cook the beans along with everything else in there. Along the way, if it gets a little bit dry, you can add more liquid to it, be it water or chicken stock. We don't need to do that today, but every day is different. And in the end, if you feel like you have too much liquid in there, you can always strain some of that off. So it's not a big concern. Don't worry about the quantities. Couple of hours in now. I'm gonna check on these beans. We'll get them a light push, easy smash. Our pork's looking good too. Oh, that's a bean. Pork's looking good too. Look at that, just falls right apart. This is right where I want it. We basically have gravy in here. Let's pull this off. Now this stuff is great over cornbread. It's great over rice, or you can just eat it like a stew, which is exactly what I'm gonna do today. All I'm gonna add to the situation is a little bit of creme fraiche to cream it up. We'll get a taste. That is exactly what I need on this winter day. Great saltiness to it, but not too salty. Tons of flavor. I mean, that pork's been cooking in the beans, and the beans have been cooking in the pork, and all of that soak water. So everything's just like transferred across the board. These beans have fantastic texture. They're holding together, but once you get into them, super creamy. Flavor I love. There's bean flavors I don't love, but this one is not one of them. Pure comfort food. That's what we're doing, baby. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you want to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.